Howdy. Your old pal Jiggly out here working on an automatic fly reel from Western Auto Supply Company. This is a Revelation 1326. Now, just like any reel that I take apart, I lay the pieces out in the order in which they came off. Now, this reel came to me, someone else had it before me. There we go. And it never worked. I tore it apart last night, cleaned it all out, lubed everything up, and well, it still doesn't work, but I can show you the general mechanism of an automatic fly reel. This gear here turns a gear on the bottom of the spool. Now this is supposed to turn really smooth. As you can see, it doesn't. It's a little herky-jerky. And I think that may be where my problem lies. I've had them out and I've cleaned them and lubed them, but then I turned right around and cleaned the lube off so I could film. There's a gear on the bottom of this. That's your wire spool, by the way. That's where your line goes. That gear sits right on top of this. And then as the main gear, which is the one in the center of the reel, is turned, this little gear that I got my finger on turns this and thus winds the spool. That's a little spacer. That's a cap with a little washer. This little bit is what makes the whole thing work. This is where the spring from inside of here catches. Catches on this little piece right there where my thumb is. There's the infamous coiled spring, and then there's the cap that puts it all together. Now, as you just saw, when I turned this, it turns fine. Once I put it's really a two-handed operation, I apologize. I need both hands, hang on. Once I put the line spool in, like so, it stops turning. No function at all, even if I turn this. And that's what's got me baffled. Like I said, it's never worked as long as I've had it in my possession, and whoever had it before me was in it and lost the screws that go here. There's 3 of them to hold the cap on. It's never had those screws. So I'm venturing a guess that there's supposed to be something else down there that connects that sprocket or gear or whatever to these. Or maybe a spacer or something that just isn't there anymore, because like I said, that functions exactly as it should. Once I put that in, nothing works. Let me see if I can figure out a way to set the camera up so that you guys can watch me reassemble it. Hang on. Alright, I'm going to see if I can put it back together so you guys can see. Now, like I said, this goes in there. And you actually feel it click if you get it right. Just like that. So that's in there the way it should be. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? It's definitely like something's rubbing that shouldn't be. But anyway, here's that little spacer I showed you. It goes on top of that. You know, maybe this little doodade's the issue. I don't reckon it ought to be that hard to get back in there. But that's where it was. That's where it came out from. I don't know what to actually call this piece other than the reel cap, so that's the reel cap. And you got to get it lined up just so. Now, something else that makes me think that this is possibly not assembled correctly is that when I get this in here, there's a gap. There you go. You see it right there, don't you? I reckon it ought to touch. But it's a D-slant thing. It's see? There you go. So it literally only can go on one way. And that's the spring catch. Now, to make sure the spring catches, there's a little protrusion right here. Let me get that closer. That has to catch on the spring on the inside of this, and that's what's supposed to make the whole mechanism work. Now, I've captured the tension spring, and I'm going to put tension on it, as you can see. But the spool inside it doesn't move. Just has me plumb baffled. I've taken apart so many of these things, and they all basically function on the same coiled spring principle in there. Well, like I said, when I got it, it was already missing the screws that hold this piece on. I'm just wondering if somebody before me didn't open it up and lose pieces. Lose a gear. Lose something. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It's back together. I can put tension on it, just like that. The spool inside doesn't move. I mean, I've put some serious tension on it. And this little gizmo here is the release. To release all that tension I just put on it. Well, the reason I'm making the video is I'm hoping that somebody has taken one of these apart before and looks at my video and goes, oh, hey, you're missing the, you know. That's me releasing the tension, by the way, by pushing on that little doodad. You're missing the flux capacitor that makes the whole thing work. You need to do this, 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 and this. You know, or hey, it's not put together in the right order, even though that's the order I took it apart in. So if you got anything, let me know. Oh yeah, I'm at my tying station. I made some stuff last night. Made a big old dragonfly, and I made a baby version of it there, and a couple I googled Darth Vader fly, and it showed me something that looked similar to these two here, so I figured I'd give her a whirl. But anyway, that's what I made last night. Well, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, if you saw me do something wrong putting this little thing back together, or if you saw that I'm missing a piece, let me know. I just really reckon that it didn't work before I had it. Somebody opened it up and either lost a part or didn't put it back together. Like I said, it never even had the screws when I got it. I'm hoping it's something simple, but if it's not and it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I've got quite a few reels like this that are functioning and that I use, so this could just be cleaned up and made pretty and put in the museum over there. Don't want to touch my phone to stop recording. I got lube on my fingers. There we go. Bye.